Good afternoon and happy Tuesday, everybody. This is Chris here from Ear to Ear Magic. Glad you guys can join us here for our summer series as we do a walking tour of all the Walt Disney World resorts. Every Tuesday is for Tuesdays, and we're glad that you could join us here today. Welcome into today's afternoon stream. As today we're going to bring you Disney's Art of Animation Resort. So glad you guys could join us, and this is the first time you've ever joined an Ear to Ear Magic stream. Good afternoon. My name is Chris. I'm your camera operator and your Disney travel agent in the parks. Also in the chat later on will be my wife, Susan. We are both travel agents who help our guests book and plan all of their Disney, Universal, and cruise travel. And we have moved here as of 4 years ago so that we can provide you much better content and up-to-date information and news about what's happening here across the Central Florida parks. Now, we would love for you guys to join us on future streams as well because we do stream from the park every Monday through Friday. And we'd love for you guys to hit the thumbs up for today. Jump into the chat with the rest of the Magic crew. But don't walk out today if you haven't subscribed to our Magic crew. A great group of people that we love to hang out with every time this camera comes on. So to our Magic crew, to our moderators, and to everyone who's come back in, welcome in, guys, and welcome to Disney's Art of Animation Resort. I hope you guys are looking forward to some fun. This is about as fun as you can get when it comes to a Disney World Resort hotel, and you're going to enjoy it. So thank you guys for popping in today. Now, across the way, I do have my eldest son, Owen, is with me, and he looks forward to these tours, and he loves to look up and provide some trivia and some stuff like that, and the experiences are just great. So thank you guys so much for giving us the opportunity to share all the things that we've learned from personal experiences and over the years, but just the opportunity to show you guys exactly what is all around these resorts. Because oftentimes people have been to Walt Disney World several times, but maybe have not been resort hopping to all of them. So it's our pleasure to be able to give you an opportunity to say, yeah, I've been there, if not only just with Ear to Ear Magic. So welcome into the stream today, guys. Welcome in, Tammy. How are you? Felicia, good afternoon. I mean, this is just a beautiful day, guys. Kaylee, Art and for Kids, welcome in. Explorer Jen, good to have you. Queen Honey Bear is here. OK Vision, hope you guys are still having a wonderful Tuesday. Chief at Jake, welcome. Christina G, Sarah Bush, and Maribel. Again, love to have you guys in the chat. And as we go through and we explore the resorts, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We would be glad to share information. And we want these to be not only educational, but fun for everybody. So now the Art of Animation Resort is considered to be a value resort. And it does have two different types of rooms that we're going to find as we go through here. So whether or not you need a smaller room that can hold four or less, or if you're looking for something a little larger, which can sleep up to six, this is a great opportunity for you guys to stay on property, have access to the Skyliner, and really easy access to Hollywood Studios and Epcot as well. So, like I said, my son Owen is joining us here today. So glad to have you in, Owen. How you doing today?
Good.
Are you baking yet? Are you baking yet?
Not yet. Probably in a few minutes.
And we've got our bus stop here. Our bus stop has one main bus stop for the entire resort. It does, of course, have different places for each of the buses. They do have monitors up so that you can see exactly which buses are coming when and where. Let's go over here and take you guys over there real quick. If you've never stayed on a Disney World property, one of the best advantages of staying on site is their complimentary transportation system. Here at the Art of Animation, you have access to not only the bus systems, but we're going to show you guys the Skyliner as well. Welcome in, Diane. How are you today? Good to see you again, Gabriel. Welcome back in, Dr. Dragon. Now, we've got several stations along the way. You'll notice they are aptly marked for which of the parks each bus will come up and load you onto and take you out to. But one of the cooler features that they added over the past few years are these guys right here. These monitors not only tell you the current time, the current temperature, the forecast for what the temperature will be later on in the day, plus, depending on which park you want to go to, which type of transportation to use and how long it's going to take before you get there. So, for instance, if we wanted to go to Disney's Animal Kingdom, right now it's 2:42. The next bus will be here at 2:58. Expect about buses every 20 minutes from this station. And you just look for the sign that says Animal Kingdom. They'll take care of you. Now, if you want to get to Hollywood Studios or Epcot, no buses. Jump on the Skyliner. It's actually the best way to get over there, and a really fun way to get to the two parks as well. Nice breeze through here. Welcome in, Calvin. How you doing this afternoon? Now, the weather today is perfect for a walk-around tour of Art of Animation. Yeah, about mid-90s. But the great thing is that we've got very little to no % of chance of rain this afternoon. So these blue skies are naturally here, and they're going to stick around with us. So the great thing about Art of Animation is it's all about the animation style. We will be going into Animation Hall, which is our front lobby here, but I'm going to take you guys into the front. But it's all about the animation style. We have 4 highlighted and focused animation feature blockbusters as far as theming for the hotel. And when you add a blue sky to it, it just pops like everything else. Not like Pop Century, completely different, but close. All right, Owen. So what's our 4 theming we can find here at the Art of Animation?
Cars, My Little Mermaid, Finding Nemo, and Lion King.
And
each of the 4 areas is themed after one of those 4 movies.
And we're going to take you guys through each of those 4 so you can see exactly what they look like. Great photo ops, and there is one area out of the 4 that's different than the other 3, and we'll show you guys exactly. What's that? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things belongs in a completely different thing.
It'll be very obvious once we walk.
Yes. One of them is not orange.
I guess you could say that.
My lucky Finn.
Yes, that is true.
You're riding Simba 1. Great thing about this area is they do have great music theming to one of those 4 areas, remixed in a great way. So you may not recognize it. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. Thank you.
Are we checking in?
We're actually just kind of walking around and showing the hotel to everybody.
Cool.
So we're travel agents, and so it's just a great way to share with our upcoming clients exactly if this is a good hotel for them. I'd like to find the people that this is not a good hotel for. That would be an amazing challenge.
I don't think that's
Exactly. Thank you very much. And welcome to Animation Hall. Now, the Animation Hall has changed a little bit as it's been renovated over the past 2 or 3 years. It is a lot simplistic. They have removed a few things such as the queue lines to get in for a check-in, and now we're working off of pods instead of one long desk. But there are a couple of really cool features about this place that I didn't realize it until I really started looking at it and digging into it. So we'll definitely point those out to you guys. Welcome in, Pat. How are you? Good afternoon, Amy. Angel, thank you for hanging out with us today at Walt Disney World. Welcome in. You can come and hang out with us at Disney World anytime you want to, Monday through Friday. Welcome in, Antonio. Antonio says, hi, Owen. GME 1970, welcome in. So, the first thing I want to show you guys, This resort is all about animation style. And every animation idea starts with just that, an idea, a sketch, just an inkling of what it could be, a concept, so to speak. And concept drawings are what all of our characters have started out with. And as you walk into the animation hall, what you're going to notice is that we have concept drawings that are for each of our 4 themings that we just talked about. Very crude, rough concepts. What do these characters first look like? So, for instance, do you guys know who this guy is? Doesn't quite look like how he does in the movie. And very much a different concept overall. It does, Mike. I know when it had the long desk, it looked so much smaller space. It really opened everything up, didn't it? So who wants to take a guess as to what character this is right here? Welcome in, Shazane. Carol says stayed there last October and loved it. You are correct, Queen. Queen Honeymeadow. This is Timon from The Lion King. Notice he has a completely different look. And there's his friend Pumbaa right there beside him. These concept drawings, sort of like the one up here for Ursula, can sometimes look very different from what we now know the character as. I mean, would you, if I were to show you this, would you go, oh, wait, look, that's Ursula from The Little Mermaid? So the idea of this hall, the animation hall, is that we're starting out, just as we come into check-in, to concepts. These are our first drawings, our first ideas. Now, as we walk along this hallway, as we walk along the wall, we're going to have our evolution, as we're going to change from concept to more refined, closer to what we're looking at. Hey, look at our Sebastian up there, guys.
Out of all the like traumas here, this one has to be my favorite.
Does Dory freak you out a little bit? It's more like, hi, I'm Dory.
The Dory just had like the thing like a
This
mug
would,
of coffee.
I'm sorry, it's like, this would be a Dory I would be afraid to walk up to. Hi, I'm Dory. Okay, Dory, you can go the other way now. So here's the idea. So what came first? The idea for Ursula or Morgana? The idea is that the concept may have started out with that was what Ursula was going to be in the beginning. So when it came time to having to create Morgana, they went back to the earlier concept. So how did they create our cows, our cow tipping for the tractor? We started off with a cow and slowly morphed it into our tractor.
Not know that's how they developed that. That's cool.
So, I mean, it's based off of a cow, right?
Oh yeah.
Ursula gets more defined as to what we know as her today. Simba. And it's just really cool to watch as the characters slowly morph into what we now know them as. Timon, definitely a step in the right direction. Notice our bulldozer.
Also the same like
Bulldozer. Yeah. Now that is some scary body language, everybody.
That's how we run the opposite direction immediately.
Woo! Mine. Dory's had too much water. Look, it's Ed. I love the fact that all of these concept drawings and ideas have been preserved at this hotel.
We get to the point where they start adding color.
Now, notice again, as Owen just pointed out, we started out with all charcoal, all graphite, all pencil, no color whatsoever. Slowly we get into colored pencils, and then we start adding a little bit of ink. Everybody, meet Simba. This is one of my favorites here. Look at Timon.
That looks like a mix of Disney and like Tim Burton. Just the eyes.
It looks like Timon had a few of the bad bugs. And as we get to the end of our wall, we're getting even closer to final ideas, more refined. And now you're starting to recognize our characters as they are seen in the final products.
We have Simba.
Simba.
We have Dory. We have Shark.
Bruce. Bruce. Yeah. Ed. And now that you've gone from concept to creating all the way to what's next? Well, now it's time to create the cells. And this is where you get our cell wall. Of our 4 movies, again, The Lion King, Nemo, The Little Mermaid, and Cars. We've got our storyboard, which you know is an important process as far as the developing the plot of the movies. All of this is all done in the detail of this lobby. And if you've just kind of gotten so excited, as oftentimes is the case, and you kind of rush through, you may miss the idea of what's happening in the animation process. Just like with your vacation, you start off with just a concept, an idea, slowly planning. You find out details, you change, you make it a little bit more finite, you add color, it becomes more pronounced, and then you start to form the story of how your entire vacation is going to go. And that's what I love about this lobby. There's a lot of story here, no pun intended. Welcome in, Deaf Disney Panda. Grandfather fairy tales. Now, we've got our little kids area over here. They can watch some cartoons, watch some Mickey Mouse cartoons, and hang out while mom and dad are getting things checked in. Now, behind our desk, now at one point we did actually have a desk that went all the way from left to right, one big solid desk. They have since gone and revised it, as they've done at all Disney World hotels here, and moved to what we call the pod system. The pods have opened up a lot more space. They're a lot more personable. And now that we've kind of moved back into close to what we've done in the normality of what we've done here at Disney, our screens are down and guests are walking right up. And notice they're going to the inkwells. This is our paint wall, guys, and our color spectrum. Noticing that we're starting with green and we go through the entire color palette from one side of the wall to the other. So, again, great little details. Pat says, this lobby was a lot cooler than the lobby of the hotel we stayed at. GGW1, welcome in. And thank you guys so much for giving us a thumbs up. You guys, as a crew, help us to grow and help us to get word out about what we do as a community. Every time you hit that thumbs up button, it's not
the easiest and most effective thing you can do.
It really is the fastest way you can help any of your favorite creators here on YouTube, because the more likes we get, the more that YouTube will share our stream out and invite other people to join us. So the fact that our community grows is directly related to the fact that the members who are part of it would like to have more people in. And how do you do it? easiest way, hit that thumbs up. So thank you guys for that. Now, oh, and actually, as much as I love the story about this, as much as I love how you go from concept to ink to storyboarding, my favorite part of the entire lobby is actually not even here. It's way up there. And again, another detail. Sometimes you have to look down, sometimes you have to look up. But my favorite part of the art of animation here at Disney World is straight up in the chandelier. It's a little harder to see in the daytime, but our chandelier is in fact drawings from all 4 of the movies that are themed here. Concept storyboard drawings, all with the light behind them. Some colored in, some ink, some paint, some just colored in graphite. But the coolest thing about this chandelier is not the fact that it has the drawings on it, because a lot of people can look up and go, oh, look, the drawings. That there are some very, very special drawings up here. And I like to point this out because this is like one of the coolest things. You'll notice that certain drawings have a little bit extra ink on them. And I'll show you my favorite one. If I can find it again. Here we go. This is like my second favorite one. Right here. It's kind of hard to see what it's backlit. That drawing right there is King Triton and Ursula. Can you see what's beneath Ursula, Owen?
Signature I made of everything else is called Pat Corgani.
It's Pat Floral. Okay, Pat is actually the voice actor for Ursula, and that is her actual signature on that.
You can like see a lot of
It's either voice actors or designers or person to do, and my favorite one, the Little Mermaid right here. Guys, yes, you got it. Right down below, bottom left-hand corner, Jodie Benson. Signed by the actual voice actor. It's up there. Though very rarely probably even notice. Welcome in as if it's yesterday, Emily. How are you? That's, I think, the greatest thing about details like that is that they're so well placed and so subtle that they aren't oftentimes overlooked.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. So Orange Bullet, yes, oftentimes there are artists here, and they will be doing sketches on commission as well. We'll show you guys that in just a second. Now, you know what? Before we go in, let's go over to Pixel and Play Arcade. The old style of animation. How do they animate video games? How do you animate a video game?
pixel by pixel.
Pixels. Well, at least it used to be pixels before it became other shapes as we got farther and farther along. But back in the day, everything was pixelated. Our Pixel Play Arcade is open every day from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. These systems do work off of reloadable cards that you can scan. Well, the great thing, Isabel, is even if you stay at other properties, we are always encouraging you guys to do a little resort hopping. Just like we're doing today, we're not necessarily staying here, but it's easy enough through bus transport and Skyliner to come over and to enjoy, watch, and look at all the things that you can do here. Welcome in, KO. Glad you could join us today. Welcome in, Weston. How are you doing today? Hi, Caitlin. I am always first to recommend, if you have a resort day, you don't have to stay at your resort. Now, whereas resort hopping does not necessarily mean you can do pool hopping, many of the hotels do require that if you're going to enjoy the pool facilities, that you use the pool at your own hotel. But nothing is keeping you from hanging out and checking out the other hotels, grabbing something to eat, and having some of the fun things that are available there. And as a reminder to everybody who's watching who may not be familiar, again, my name is Chris. My wife, Susan, will be in the chat. We are both Travelmation travel agents. And if you have questions, even during the stream, or if you're watching this later in replay, you can always leave a comment and ask us questions. But if you'd like more information about this resort or any others at Walt Disney World and would like to have more in-depth information and our quotes for an upcoming vacation, shoot us an email. Let us know what you'd like to, where you'd like to go, who's going to be coming, when you're planning on coming here, and if you have a preference as where you're staying, we'll be glad to provide you guys with travel quotes, no obligation whatsoever. And if we do start to help you when it comes to booking and planning your trip, please understand we do not charge any service fees. We work directly as Travelmation travel agents. Travelmation is an authorized Disney travel planner, and we work in Disney system, and we get the same kind of service as if you call directly to Disney. And we'll be glad to help you guys out when it comes to that. So let us know how we can help you. I love the fact that Art of Animation is one of the resorts that has specialized merchandise just for their hotel, because lots of people who come here are very big fans and will come back specifically just to Art of Animation because they like it so much. So is this a, I'm assuming this is an autograph book?
I'm not sure. It has like 4
Autograph
markers.
book.
Is it?
Autograph book coloring pages.
Oh, good.
So you can have your, you can take this into the parks with you, and the characters are now signing autographs again.
Ever seen an autograph page in the coloring book?
Jumbo Kidani Sean, welcome in. Here's our Christmas ornament.
Not a keychain, Christmas ornament. Looks very nice.
Yes, we're in the ink and paint shop. This is one of my, ironically, you would think, well, this is a value resort. You know, what are you going to find here? They have a great selection in this hotel, hotel's gift shop. And guess what? They oftentimes will get new things before even the deluxe resorts get them. So here is our Art of Animation limited edition Little Mermaid trading pin. Just how you would see her in the area. Now notice in the bubbles in the back of the pin, you can also see Nemo, Lightning McQueen, and Simba.
Oh, 10th anniversary. Oh, don't worry.
Here's a men's cut t-shirt, blue shirt, gradient coloring with a Art of Animation. It's hatch marked off to the side on the front. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's very soft. Hello, Steve. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Now, they also have a few items here for hitting the pool. Little swim shirt.
If you ever wanted to, like, if the pool interested you, but you came here and you realized you did not pack any swimwear, you can come here, buy something, and then just hop right in.
Always going to make sure you have something to wear. In the big blue pool. It's really cool, you'll see. In the big blue pool. You can swim in it with me. A women's cut shirt. We've got, instead of the blue gradient, you've got the white to kind of a pink. Is that a mauve? I don't know. I don't do colors of that. I'm not an artist. I need to. Owen can tell you. What color is that at the bottom, Owen?
I want to say it's a pink, somewhere more along the magenta.
Magenta. See, there we go. That's a much more of a color I can't describe, and I can just pretend that that's the right answer. Yes, magenta. Now, again, with details, you want to look up all the way around the entire gift shop. Paint, and more paint. Hello, how are you guys today? We're doing great. We're live on YouTube, and we've got Debbie and Dawn over here. We're giving everybody a tour of like all the cool details and stuff like that. We got a summer series on our channel where every Tuesday we're going to a different Walt Disney World hotel, and we're walking over every little spot. We're telling them about the different room types and the cool little details. And there's so much to see here. And honestly, we've been on for half an hour, and we just got through Animation Hall because there's just the details, the way it was designed, and everything else. So I would love it. Can you guys give us any secrets about the ink and paint shop that we might not notice if we weren't paying attention? Oh, that would be awesome. We love the hidden Mickeys. It's probably one I've not even noticed. We're going to find ourselves a hidden Mickey over here, guys. You got to love this. You got to love the hidden Mickeys. Hello, hello.
You guys need help something?
Oh, if this is... No way! There's a Mickey right underneath the package pickup. I've never seen that. We've been coming. How long has that been there? 10 years.
Since day one.
Oh my gosh, we've been coming here since, well,
Never seen that.
probably about the time this resort opened up. Never knew that was there, guys.
Let's suspect that it would be that.
Look, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Debbie.
That is actually really cool.
So, hey, everybody in the chat, thank Debbie for sharing that hidden Mickey. Next time you guys come in, bring your flashlights. So, now normally Owen actually brings a flashlight with him. Look at it, he does. He has his tactical flashlight. So, you want to see if he can see if he can make it work? Can it get up? Oh, kind of. It catches the edge there. So the reason Owen has that tactical flashlight is we bought it when, I think 2019, we decided it would be fun to go into Pandora at night and play with the bioluminescence. And so we bought these strong flashlights, and he has kept it on him every day since 2019 when he needs a flashlight. I thought you were going to be, I thought you were joking. You actually pull it out of your pocket. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I actually had 3 or 4 situations where, like, there's some situation where somebody needs to touch instantly. Like, oh, okay, here you go.
So what we can do, and we found out if you have a strong flashlight, or even your your light off of your phone, if you hold it close to the ground and just kind of hold it over certain areas where it's bioluminescent, it will glow. And so what we like to do is like draw hidden Mickeys on the ground.
I did it like 3 times.
They only last about maybe 3 or 4 minutes, but I think it's really fun, especially since they're not hidden. You don't find hidden Mickeys in Pandora. How cool is it to have somebody walk around and just have a Mickey just there, and then by the time they show it to their friends, it's gone. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. And as always, guys, as we've always demonstrate, talk to cast members, ask questions. You won't believe what kind of stuff they can tell you. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Where else have you looked in this resort?
In this resort, we've just started. We just started at Animation Hall. So
Character development wall is in the lobby. There's one there.
Oh,
Let me share. Susie is one of our heritage cast members. She opened.
I was going to say, did you open this place?
I did.
That's amazing.
Some amazing information. Thank you.
So where can we look to find our Mickey over in that development hall?
Okay, in the character development wall, go to Lightning McQueen. Okay, and look there. Also go in Landscape of Flavors and look in the light fixtures.
The light fixtures? See, now we've got a challenge. Now we've got. Oh, I think it's completely different. I think for the most part, and over in the character development.
Exactly.
So
And
awesome.
they're going to put them all over the place. You know, wherever you go.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be in all different places. But yeah, the day we opened, that was there.
So guys, everybody who's watching right now, next time you come in the Art of Animation, look for Susie. Been here from day one. Give her a smile, and you never know what she might be able to share with you. A story, a secret, or maybe another hidden Mickey to look for. So thank you so much, Susie.
And the first Ursula.
Yes, we were talking about that.
Ursula that was drawn.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we were
Yeah.
talking about that. Someone says,
She's ugly.
it's like, is that Ursula or Morgana? I'm thinking, I
No,
think
it's
that was Ursula.
It was Ursula.
But when they decided to come to Morgana, they're like, you know what? Hang on, let's back up. I've got this concept drawing.
Right.
So it's funny how you can see the concept and idea and how that works. The idea is there,
Yeah.
and that's how we kind of talk about it. When you form an idea, the idea never goes away. You never know you're going to use it for something else.
It's there on
So
paper somewhere.
exactly. Well, Susie, it was a pleasure to meet
Pleasure
you.
to meet you.
We're going to go find them, and if we do, we'll
Okay.
come back and let you know we found them.
Bye-bye.
Now I'm hyped, guys. Let's go find the hidden Mickey over at Lightning McQueen. Susie opened this resort. How cool is that?
Like I've seen hidden Mickeys, but I've never seen like a literal like Mickey doll just like sitting there watching it. That's a cool thing. Most times, you know, it's just like, okay, we have like 3 little rock pieces. Oh, look, it's a Mickey. There we go. We're going here.
Welcome in, Eugene. Now, all she said was Lightning McQueen. She said Lightning McQueen. The problem is there's more than one Lightning McQueen. So how crazy should we go? I think it's on the drawing. It's not like a character. It's not like a plush. So let's keep looking. My first thought was, wait a minute, there's two. There's two. They don't have a third.
Yeah, there's nothing. Not quite intentional.
I never knew there was one over here by Lightning McQueen. Let's go check out another one, Lightning. So, guys, if you just joined us, we're having some fun here at Disney's Art of Animation Resort. We just got finished walking through Animation Hall, and Susie, one of our opening members of our cast members here, told us, look, is that it right there? How much would you bet that's it? Is that it?
I'm not sure. I mean, maybe like
It's hard to tell because there's three circles right there. Right here.
that seems more refined. That seems like random. Like,
Oh my gosh,
sketch.
there can be so many options here.
I'm certain someone to know because like everything else here seems to be like you're just like sketching it out. Because I mean,
So
when you
many
do
circles.
concept drawings like this, all you start with is shapes, right? Everything you draw is basically a bunch of shapes put together, and I think that's a bunch of shapes put together. That's a bunch of shapes put together. But those 3 circles right there, those don't seem to have like no perfect whatsoever. So I think it's those 3.
So, you think it's more this one right here?
Yes.
It's kind of turned sideways, but it kind of makes sense.
Yes, it does make sense.
It doesn't look nearly as refined. Those ears are kind of off. But, you know. You guys want to hear another secret when it comes to hidden Mickeys? If you see a hidden Mickey, it's a hidden Mickey. That's just the way it is. If you ever go up to a cast member and go, hey, I just found these 3 circles. Is that a hidden Mickey? More than likely, Susie and all the other cast members who are here to provide magic for you guys, they're going to tell you, you found one, and that's it. Grace is like, I think either one or one of them, they work. We'll have to continue to look. We'll see what else we can find. But again, our Ink and Paint shop is open every morning at 7 a.m. so you can grab yourself something on the way to the parks if you need to. Landscape of Flavors is also open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. And I will tell you, 11 p.m. is a little bit later than some of the other resorts, which they'll close like at 10 p.m. So it's kind of cool that it's opened up at least till 11.
If you want a late night snack, here you go.
Grab yourself a cupcake, something on the way out. Or if you have resort mugs, get yourself a refill. Now, this is the Landscape of Flavors. This is considered like a food court area. And honestly, when we first discovered the Landscape of Flavors, it had nothing to do with us staying here on property. It had everything to do with us walking in, resort hopping, and we loved the concept. And the kids would oftentimes ask, even when we were at the parks, going, well, for lunch, can we go over and eat at Landscape of Flavors? And we would do that, especially when we determined that back in the day, pre 2020, they had specialty foods and specialty menus on certain days of the week.
They always had such a huge selection. They still have a good selection, even though it's tricked a bit. And we would just say, hey, you want to drive over and like eat here for lunch? And we'll go in.
Yeah, well, they would do. You guys would ask us to do that, and we would, especially Thursdays. They had a specialty menu items that were only available on Thursdays. And I don't know if you remember that, Owen, but
I don't remember exactly what those are.
it was right over there, and some of the food that was offered was just on Thursdays. It was really good. Mermaid tail cupcakes, cookies and cream, the 50th anniversary cheesecake, which, by the way, I'll give you a secret hint. This is available at all the resorts. And even though they don't tell you, it is technically gluten-friendly. Susan has had it. We were told that it is gluten-friendly. And even though it's not listed as being such, she's had it and was perfectly fine. Your mileage may vary. If you have issues, you may want to ask more specific questions. But don't completely write it off just because it doesn't say gluten-friendly on it. This is our grab-and-go area. You open it up at 7 a.m. You got to be at the park at 8:30. Grab yourself some cereal. Grab yourself a thing of milk. Head on out to the buses. Let's go. You've got salads and other parfaits, fresh fruit, blueberry yogurt, your grab-and-go danishes, croissants, cookies, and the like, all ready to grab, to go, and to get on the way.
Yeah, like I was just going up and say, get back to the resort, you're feeling a bit hungry, want to grab something, you can just come here and grab something, go to the register, walk back to your room.
And you get back from the park and you grab your cookie. You already have your resort mug. Grab yourself a refill. Head on back to the room. Last minute sugar. Dive bomb. Drink your drink. Hit the bed. Get ready to rope drop in the morning. Now, we are still very much in a situation where we're working our way back to what it was prior to 2020. I won't say the P word. But so it's not, we've got, and this area here used to be a salad bar area. One of these days, I'm sure it will come back to it. And now it's dedicated to mobile ordering. So I don't know. We are now very much into mobile order period of everything. We love mobile order, especially in the parks. You can mobile order any of this food, or you can do walk up. We've got things here. This is what we liked about this section over here for Thursdays. Today, of course, is Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. No, today, tandoori chicken, braised beef, Greek salad, seared salmon, sesame chicken stir fry, and the Greek salad. I prefer the tandoori chicken.
You can smell that tandoori.
Oh, the tandoori chicken is so good here, guys.
Flowing through the
Now, and if you're thinking, wait a minute, you're at a theme park-like place. Where's the pizza? Don't you just have pizza and hamburgers? Same old stuff? Not here. Grab some good stuff. Love it here. Now, you get some good comfort food as well. Over here in the Landscape of Flavors, they also have the pasta area where you can get the baked gnocchi, penne pasta, a large pizza. You can get an entire pizza or it's just a slice of pizza, and shrimp and grits. Pretty good eating. And chicken parmesan pasta. Now, let me show you the grab and go. This is often a question we get asked, and you may think that no one ever asked you this. What are the pizzas? Are they round? Are they square? Are they rectangular? You just walk up and grab yourself a couple of slices of pizza. Breadsticks. And if you want something a little bit more complicated, of course you can get your hamburgers and the like. The Benedict burger, the cheddar cheeseburger, grilled chicken sandwich, impossible burger, bacon cheddar cheeseburger, chicken strips, honey barbecued pork sandwich. Now, I'm curious. I want to know what the Benedict burger is. The Benedict Arnold? Cheater! The Benedict burger. Canadian bacon. Fried egg. Hollandaise sauce. Sign me up. I'm good. That sounds awesome. Lettuce, tomato, brioche bun served with french fries. There it is right there.
Oh yeah. The Benedict burger. You would eat that. You love.
Oh, that's like right up my alley.
Yeah, you love
right
eggs
up my
on
alley.
burgers. So
Fried eggs, Canadian bacon. Yes, sir. I'll do that. It is such a great way to order and have access to food. So if you've stood in line before, and you're like, man, the line is so long, it takes forever, and one register, two lines, and yet they go back and forth, back and forth. Use the mobile order. You guys see me do it every time we are in the parks for live streaming, if I can. It's a great way to avoid the lines. Welcome in, Mike. Pat says for $11 to $12, there better be some amazing burgers. Here's the thing. Good luck in finding a burger that's less than that anywhere in the parks as well. So it's about the going price. Starting entrees for most places are going to start you about $10 for adults. What we suggest if you're looking to be a little more frugal with what you've got, you can always order a kids meal. Now, we've got 4 different sections here in the dining room. The landscape of flavor.
they're all themed after those 4 movies.
So here we've got the Little Mermaid. Now we're supposed to find a hidden Mickey in the chandelier. There's 4 chandeliers here.
I wonder if it's like somewhere like on top or if it's on the chandelier.
Do you think it's another plush, or do you think it's actually drawn?
I've never seen a plush before.
That plush is so cool, though.
Like I've now started to wonder if there are any other plushes in there. Like,
Well, I think they would have. I think they would have told us if there was a second one. I'm curious to see if we stand back if we can find another hidden plush somewhere.
You're just sitting there.
We'll give it a quick look. We look up and there's a Mickey Mouse watching you from the ceiling.
Just staring directly at you.
Naomi says, do you have to buy new resort mugs for new vacation, or can you reuse ones you bought for the last trip? Here's the answer to that. You can reuse cups. But this is the way I look at it. It's the same price, whether or not you recharge an old cup or if you get a new cup. So if you bring your old cup and they recharge it, same price, and you get to use your old cup. Or you can leave your old cup at home, pay the same price, and then come home with a second cup as a souvenir. So we always recommend leave your cups at home, get a new one every time you come.
It's called the landscape of flavors, so it does make sense.
Good afternoon, Shai. How are you? We met Susie in the ink and paint shop, and she told us that in one of these chandeliers is a hidden Mickey. That's a large scavenger hunt to look for without knowing which one it is. I'm going to give it a quick try. If not, we'll come back and share with you guys later on if we can find it. Or if not, you guys find it. Take a picture of it, send it us over to Ear to Ear Magic, or put it on your Instagram and tag us. Dude, there could be a hidden Mickey in any one of those fish.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend too long on this one.
There's no telling what that hidden Mickey is. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? I'm looking for a hidden Mickey in the Nemo section. Squishy, squishy. And he should be my squishy, and I should call him squishy. Now, Susie said specifically that it was a chandelier. Oh, look for the tire tracks. Look for a hidden Mickey in the tire tracks. This, of course, is Cars. Do you see it anywhere? I feel like I'm going to have to walk around the entire way now. Look on the edge. We're going to give it a quick college try. Let's check this side real quick. It's probably just staring us right in the face. I don't see it. Let's try the Lion King. And if we don't, we'll go back and ask, wait, there's one more over here for cars. We'll go back and ask for a little hint from Susie later on if we need to. But these are pretty cool chandeliers. Now, if somebody were to tell me, I might give them credit for that. It's a little on the side. Come on, Owen, you can do it, bud. Where's that hidden Mickey? So what'd you guys do? Well, for 2 hours we walked around and looked at the ceiling. And we had a blast doing it. By the way, if you guys are just jumping into today's stream, we are here at the Landscape of Flavors, Disney's Art of Animation Resort. We had a cast member tell us that there is a hidden Mickey in one of the chandeliers here in the Landscape of Flavors. So we're just going to give it a couple of minutes to go through all the chandeliers, see if we can find it. This one would be the most complicated. There's a lot of leaves up there.
Like all like except for the Mermaid, all the chandeliers like the candidates are high coming in there. Because it's all like leaves, clouds, water, fish.
That looks almost 3D, like it's got some different elements to it. Wow, you could hide a hidden Mickey in there easily. I'm going to take a quick look. And if not, we'll keep moving along. We'll find it next time. It didn't pop out to me, Owen. It's probably right there, smack dab. If it was a snake, it would have bit us. So here's the challenge, guys. Next time you guys come, there's a hidden Mickey, according to Susie, in one of the chandeliers here in the food court. Is it in the Lion King, Cars, Finding Nemo, The Little Mermaid? We don't know. So take some time, look up, look down, see what you can find.
Fun fact, the entire floor of the Landscape of Flavors is made completely out of recycled material.
What's that? One more time so they can hear you.
The entire floor of the Landscape of Flavors is made using recycled material.
All of this, every single tile here is made out of recyclable materials.
Yes.
Man, that smells good. I think I can still smell the tandoori chicken. That smells delicious. How about we get some and we just don't tell Mom?
I think she'd be ticked off. Like,
Yeah?
She's watching.
No, she's not watching. She has no idea.
You should have said that
It's a secret.
out loud. That is not fine, Pastor.
All right, everybody, let's head on out. And if you guys are watching for the very first time on our channel, we're so glad that you found us here today, especially on a day as beautiful as today. Look at those blue clouds. Blue and white clouds everywhere. But we'd love it if you consider joining our magic crew by hitting that subscribe button today. We are in the parks every Monday through Friday. Love to share all kinds of cool knowledge, information, educational, and fun. And we would love for you guys to join us on future live streams. So hit that button. Let us know you did. Let us know where you're watching from. And let the rest of the crew welcome you in. We We are at this point only 18 Magic Crew members away from hitting 10,900 members. So thank you guys so much for being a community that is one that other people want to be a part of. Appreciate that. All right, so we're going to take you guys to the big blue pool. In the big blue pool, everyone wants to swim. In the big blue pool. Amazing pool. I love the organic shape of it all. And it's smack dab right off of our animation hall in the center of the Finding Nemo area, which is the premier area when it comes to the rooms and the suites that are here. The suites, the family suites that are located here in Finding Nemo are going to be a little more expensive because of one, they have such easy access to the pool, two, easy access to the lobby, and much faster walking to get to the Skyliner. What? The drop off? Coral! Michelle, watching from Central Illinois. Welcome in, Michelle. How you doing, Travel Adventures with Aaron? The drop-off pool does have the resort mugs off here to the right, or you can get a little mixologist mixing going on here in the middle, whether it be soft serve, slushies, or mixed cocktails, drinks. We'll come back, and we will be coming back through the Finding Nemo area.
Cars themed area, which is off to the right when you exit Animation Hall.
So let's take you guys to Radiator Springs, a happy place. But before we walk into the area, let's give you guys an overview of what our entire resort will look like. Now, we just stepped out of Animation Hall, which is our main hall right here, our lobby. That includes both the lobby check-in, your gift shop, and your food court area. You can see right down below it is our big blue pool, and the Finding Nemo area is right there. We'll be coming back to that area in just a moment. Now we go off to this area here. These three buildings are going to be our cars area. Off to the right, the Lion King. And the farthest area is the most unique of what we've got here is the Little Mermaid. We'll be talking a lot more about that and where the origins of the Little Mermaid rooms came from. And you'll notice that they are going to be a little different than anything else we see here today. There are, of course, 1, 2, 3 pools on property. The main pool, the big blue pool, is in the middle. Of course, like I said, is right there by the bar. We did have our quiet pool in the middle of cars. There is a quiet pool over here in the Little Mermaid. Please note, there is no quiet pool in the Lion King. So if that is an important aspect or amenity for you guys to enjoy while you're here, it was going to be a little different. You are not going to have a pool there. You'll have to just walk over to one of the other two. Now, let's go ahead and head on over to Radiator Springs. All right, has anybody in the chat ever stayed in the cars area? You guys ever stayed in a car suite? Well, you got to be very careful when coming through the cars area. You do not want to speed through this area. They are monitoring all traffic. You do not want to get stopped.
If you walk anywhere near 15 miles per hour, you'll get
No running.
No running.
They'll pull you over in a heartbeat. Everybody say hello to Doc. Good afternoon, Doc. Doc Hudson. The Hudson Hornet. Now, the good thing about each of the areas here is they have some really great areas for photo opportunities. So it doesn't matter whether or not you're staying in cars or any of the others. Make sure you stop and get some photos. The Hudson Hornet. Now, before we walk in further, something else I wanted to point out. If you guys have never stayed here at the Art of Animation, you're going to notice something very different about the buildings here. Even though it's considered to be a value resort, these rooms look a lot different because this is the only value resort you're going to go at in which there are no exterior hallways.
Which means if it's raining, you're not going to have to like worry about like walking through outside hallways to get to your room. All you have to do is walk into the building and it'll be basically good.
So Scoobert says, I stayed there last year. That's awesome. How was your stay, Scoobert?
Love how like each of the buildings, like they don't have like random like colors or like it's just plain white. They have it painted so it matches the landscape of the actual movie and looks like you're actually in Radiator Springs.
So Matt says he was here before. When he was here, we had Lightning McQueen was having some repairs made, some detailing. He was in the shop. Now, I will say this is a very subjective statement I'm about to make, and take it with a grain of salt. I find that the cars area seems a little warmer because there's less shade, less vegetation, but that's just me. Mater used it, dang near fainted. Looked like he had just giant bush. They got a bush in front of the sign. Been painted. Rusty's Cut Chow.
With the rusty and a little bit of luck, you can look just like a bush.
Hey. We've got Flo over here. Again, lots of characters from the Cars series that you can take photos with. Notice our ornament valley here. If you look carefully, you can see the ornaments. All the rocks. We're having a little bit of painting done in the section over here. Being taken care of. That cloud looks like a car. What are you talking about? Everything looks like a car around here, Chris. And if you're looking for a place to stay, snug it all up to the Cozy Cone Motel.
Hotel section.
100% refrigerated air. We'll take you guys over to the back side of that where the quiet pool is. Tomater. Towing and salvage. Well, there you go.
There's not a lot of resorts where you have like this many characters.
I mean, how many other places have you ever stayed at where they have their own towing service? And you ready for some really cool little details? All right, you ready for this, Owen? Gotta go low.
A113. 113. Is that the animation department?
Yeah, it's the classroom where a lot of animators took their very first animation classes in California. Anything you see that's Pixar and anything outside of Pixar, actually, it's oftentimes a detail hidden in a lot of animators' works. They love to put in A113. Oftentimes it happens on, I don't know why it is. I guess it's just because of the combination of the letters and the numbers. But if you look, you oftentimes will see it in the license plates. Scuba says the stay was nice. Me and the family were supposed to be staying in the Little Mermaid area, but some very nice cast members put us up in the car. Whoa, nice upgrade.
Nice.
Very nice upgrade.
It's always nice when that little magic comes around.
So the reason that is a good thing, and Skubert knows why that's a good thing. The Little Mermaid rooms are in the same format and style as Pop Century. They do have outdoor hallways. They are set to hold a family of 4 with 2 beds. The suites have their own kitchenette, separate bedroom with a door that closes, a kitchen table that comes down into the style of a Murphy bed, a pull-out bed in the living room, and can easily sleep 6. So that is a great upgrade. So we're not going to go far in here, guys, but I just want to peep in here and show you guys what the interiors of the rooms of the halls look like. That's right. Ciao. If you guys are just joining us, welcome here to our stream today at Ear to Ear Magic, where we're just having a walking tour of our resort here at Art of Animation, showing you a little bit of the details, some of the options. And if you guys are interested in ever coming and staying here on property, let us know. We'd be glad to help you guys out as far as quotes, booking, and planning your trip. And again, we're not going to go down. I'm just going to show you that they do have the interior hallways. Makes it a lot cooler. I love the details. Look at the lights. That was some good magic there, Scuba. Like, I wish we could have an upgrade like that, Scoob. Grace is like, this is where I told my family I want to stay at next time. It's very nice and cool in here, too, which is nice because, you don't have to wait to get inside of your room to start to cool off from the day. G-Fed Jake, yes, we are. We're going to continue to move around until we hit every single Walt Disney World Resort. So stay tuned with us. Every week, we're going to go to someplace different. And we have not done our tour yet of Caribbean Beach Resort.
Let's head over to that pool.
I like this pool.
Yeah,
I like the way this pool looks. It is a quiet pool. The Cozy Cone Motel and swimming pool. Notice our little cabana areas are in the shape of cones. It is a nice semicircle pool. It is not huge at all, but it's just big enough for the people who want to enjoy a little bit of quietness. They have music playing, but it's not going to have that same chaotic, fun feel of vacation frenzy that you'll get in the big blue pool.
Yep.
Salute, Sarge. Come on, soldiers. Now, I'm going to walk you guys around the corner here for just a second to show you something that's kind of important that you might not think about. Oftentimes, people think that you have to park at the lobby and then you have to bring everything in. Whereas that is an option, it's not the only option. You can actually drive either side and notice there is parking at each end of the resort. So if you are staying in cars, you don't have to park in the lobby area and then walk all the way over. You can park much closer.
You can check in, go back to your car, and then move over here so you can get to your resort.
Yeah, exactly. You guys ready for another little secret that some people don't know about? I'm sure you guys might know this, but some may not. Did you know? All right, you got to keep this secret, though. This is the resort, Pop Century. You can drive all the way around Pop Century. So if you want to, go have a bite to eat, and you're like, you know what, I don't feel like walking, I'm so tired. Get in your car, drive around. It's easy to do. You just got to drive to the other side of Echo Lake. Hourglass Lake, I should say. Echo Lake is in Hollywood Studios, which is where we're going to be tomorrow morning, guys. Going to come hang out with us at Hollywood Studios tomorrow. That stream is already up and available. Love it if you guys in the Magic Crew, if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up for tomorrow's stream. Come have some fun with us at Rope Drop. Who wants to go ride Rise of the Resistance?
We have another view of the park pool, as well as third building in this area.
The Willwell Motor Court. And it's Lightning McQueen. Gotcha. Hey, Owen, how much is gas? How much is it? How much? If it's $1,
$3.15.
woo, $3.15.
Take it.
That's this sale. They spent $3. It's actually it's 29 cents per gallon. What? No, it is. It's 29 cents per gallon.
I would love that right now.
Hey, Owen. Hey, can you see that shape up there at the top? Go up there and trace it. Trace it with your finger. No, the inner side shape. Just actually touch it and trace it. You got it? Owen touched the butte.
Ready? Now you need to have to carry it all the way over here. Where little people are going to get that reference.
Oh, now another great detail when it comes to Lightning McQueen here. I want you to notice our Porsche. Owen, can you tell the difference between our Porsche and our Lightning McQueen? What's the biggest difference between the two? I'll give you a hint. It's a lot easier to tell at night. Kick the tires. No, it's actually something you think about at nighttime. What is this car going to be able to do at night that Lightning McQueen's not going to be able to do? Headlights. Notice, Lightning McQueen does not have headlights, guys. The headlights on Lightning McQueen have always been painted on their decals. Do you know why that is? They don't need headlights. They always race in the daytime. And I love the fact that they actually got to that point. Look, he does not have real headlights. There are decals on this as well.
Like a 95 right one.
Yeah, it would block the lights, wouldn't it?
Like someone's driving, suddenly you're wondering why the numbers 95 are being shown in your rear view mirror.
Welcome in, Dave. Glad to have you in the stream today. Welcome in, Crystal. That's right, Robert. Headlights. You'll notice as we walk around, even Mater has headlights. Fillmore has headlights. Doc Hudson has headlights. Lightning McQueen, no headlights. Detail down to a point. All right, now this area is actually being painted on the outside of the building, so we can't walk all the way around like we normally would. Hey, man, it's Fillmore. How's it going, dude? We're like really tired. You wouldn't happen to have anything to jazz us up a little bit, would you? Are you looking at the headlights again? Welcome in, BDF. How are you? Now, there you go, Naomi. If there's anything I can ever do, is I can tell you that Lightning McQueen doesn't have headlights. Now, Owen, my favorite part and detail about Fillmore is what you're looking at right now. Again, something else. If you're not paying attention, if you don't take the time, you may miss it out. But you always, I recommend, walk around to the back end. Go to the back of Fillmore. Look at the beauty of. It's just perfect, isn't it?
Save Mother Road. Not Earth. Mother Road.
Safe to Mother Road. So Movie Mania 6 says, I have noticed that the cheapest rooms at Art of Animation are the Little Mermaid rooms, and that's because they are just like, and the size of, they are small rooms that only fit 4. All of the other rooms here, Movie Mania Nick, are suites that have an entire bedroom with a door that closes, a kitchenette, a dining area, and a separate bathroom and living area. All of that sleeping up to 6. It's much more spacious, and that's the biggest difference between the two.
Scott Solar.
Calvin says, careful, Fillmore may give you the same thing that he gave Dory from that lobby picture. Remember, dude, recycling, it's a gas. I'm an eco bus. Your Mother Road loves you. Here we go, Owen. Come here. Come here. You ready? This is the best one right here. You guys ready for this one? Pardon my backfire. I eat veggie fuels. Oh! Save 2D animation.
Do you imagine if like someone like put stickers on the back of them that said something like that?
I wonder if if we ever were, I would never do this. I would not. It would be disrespectful. Can you imagine if I had an Ear to Ear Magic, like a peelable vinyl, not a sticker, so it wouldn't be that bad. If I had a peelable vinyl, I wonder if I put it on Fillmore, how long it would take them to realize that it's on there.
No.
That would be.
That would be sick.
Turn on the recycling, man. Ear to Ear. What is Ear to Ear? I love the recycle. Now, there is another Pixar. There's a Pixar Easter egg on Fillmore.
Okay, let me try and find it.
Look on the back. I want you to see if you can find it. There is a Pixar Easter egg on the back of Fillmore. See if Owen can find it.
Not the plate, right?
Not the plate. Nope. Welcome in, CK. How you doing? We're hanging out here at Disney's Art of Animation, where we're going into some detail and Fillmore and all the blanks for a little bit of fun. We're in the car section, which is, of course, the family suites. And Owen is looking at the back end of a Volkswagen to see if he can find a Pixar Easter egg. Welcome in, Ashley. I hope you're having a good time today, Jill. And we highly suggest finding, looking for, and enjoying the details. The Disney Imagineers worked hard on it. It's not Save 2D animation.
I mean, Pixar. When did the
it is, but no, there's an actual reference to a Pixar work on the back.
Is it a movie or a short?
It's a short.
It is a short. Okay.
It's a short, but it's on there. Had anybody else see it? I'll give everybody else a chance too. Can anyone else in the chat tell me the reference to a Pixar short on the back of Fillmore?
Definitely are. It's not coming out to me.
If you see it, put it in the chat. Let me know if you find it. We're gonna give Owen a couple more. I'm gonna give Owen another minute, see if he can find it. Owen's pretty smart. He knows his stuff.
I know, like Pixar shorts, but in terms of like the stickers and that, not any one of them is like popping out to me. It would have to be something very subtle.
It's there though.
I break for jackalopes. That's not it, right? Is that not a reference to bounding?
That's actually it. That is it. I break for jackalopes.
Is that in this song? I don't remember that.
It's bounding. It's bounding. You guys remember the 2003 family short by Pixar, Bounding, about the jackalope coming to save the day at the middle of the film.
I didn't know that. That is extremely subtle.
S. Murphy got it. Good job. Welcome in, Henry. Glad to have you. So yes, I Break for Jackalopes is a reference to the 2003 short film from Pixar called Bounding. If you've never seen Bounding, go back and see if you can find it on Disney Plus and check it out. It's a cute little short about a sheep. It's not that bad at all.
Let's make our way back over.
Yeah, since we can't continue working this way, we'll make our way back on over. Actually, you know what? I got a better idea. Let's take the back way.
Yeah.
So again, there are 3 different buildings here that are available if you're staying in the cars area. And there is a quiet pool here in the area as well. Now, as we talked about before, if you have a choice between the 3 areas where there are suites, Lion King, Cars, and Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo will be the most expensive of the 3 sections. If you choose Finding Nemo, the prices will go up a little bit, just because of the geography of where it's at. Now, Susan, should I tell them a little bit of the secret about if you don't care about where you're staying, about how you can save maybe a few dollars each night that you stay here in a family suite? Now, if you would like us to help you when it comes to booking and planning your Disney vacation, and you want to stay at the Art of Animation Suites, and you go, you know, I love the place. I think it's great. And I say, well, do you want to stay in Cars, Finding Nemo, Lion King? Do you have a preference? You go, you know what? I don't really have a preference. I like all 3 of them. You, my friend, are in a great situation because there are four different reservations we can put in when it comes to staying in a family suite here on property. 1 is going to be, of course, Cars. 2, Nemo. 3, Lion King. 4 is going to be generic suite. In other words, Disney gets to choose which suite. You don't get to choose ahead of time. You are put into whatever suite's available when you get here. So guess what? That price of that generic suite is oftentimes cheaper because you give them the flexibility to assign which place you're going to stay in when you get here. So you may actually stay at a cheaper price. There's still a good chance you may get assigned to stay in a Finding Nemo room and not have to pay the Finding Nemo price. It happens. It does happen. So you heard Scuba, upgrading happens all the time. So let us know if you don't have a preference between the 3. We'll be glad to see if we can pitch you in one of the generic reservations. And then you can kind of have fun with it, see which one you're going to stay in. We got ourselves some nice little rain this afternoon. It's nice and cool though.
It's not to the point where it's unbearable, but it has like a ton of wind.
Nah, it feels pretty good, right?
It's there. Another cool detail is, these signs.
Everything in the world of the film of Cars was inspired by Cars. The flowers are made out of taillights and car fins. The airplane vapor trails are tire tracks, and the insects are Volkswagen Beetles.
So another cool detail is that when you're walking outside of these buildings, like I don't mean outside, I mean outside the edge, like not in between them. They
Can't hear you. You're walking forward. I can hear you.
My bad. Another cool detail here is that when you're outside of buildings, not necessarily outside, but outside of like the center of them, that if you look on the side of the buildings, you actually see these like sheets with drawings of the characters on them.
Yes, you don't see that on the inside courtyards, but if you go on the outside, we're going to show you guys on the others as well. You get really cool concepts and fun little animations of the characters.
So much detail put into everything.
My yard sale, thank you so much for hitting that button today to say I want to be a part of the Magic Crew. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. We're so glad that you are now a part of our crew here. Everybody say hello to our members crew, our newest crew. Now, this is Hourglass Lake. Why is it called Hourglass Lake? Because it's bigger on the ends than it is in the middle, which gives it that hourglass shape. And across the way, you guys know, is Pop Century. If you've never stayed on property before, you might not realize that Pop Century and art of animation are just across a body of water from one another, easily walkable. And as I mentioned before, a little secret stuff, you can drive to the other side. Don't tell anybody I told you that.
Actually, quite refreshing. I mean, it is a 90-degree weather, so it's significantly cooling. You know.
Welcome in, Stitch. So the family suites will easily sleep 6. And if you've got smaller members of your family that may have the need to sleep in things like cribs or things like that, there's additional floor space in the floor suites, this family suites, that you can utilize that as well. So, another secret. I was going to mention that, but I thought that may be a little too obscure. But Fillmore was actually voiced by George Carlin. He was a stand-up comedian, and his license plate on Fillmore is 51237, which is May 12th, 1937, which is the birth date of George Carlin.
I knew that there was a good chance of that license plate maybe incorrect.
It is.
It was. It just wasn't as known.
How cool is it to have not only to be able to voice a character like that, but to have it have your birthday immortalized in the in how the character's created and done. Now, this is in between our areas as well. Again, as Owen pointed out, on the outside area and the courtyard areas, there are characters on the end caps. There are painted characters. Notice the ones on the inside are just outlines. The ones on the end are fully painted and inked in.
So should we make our way that way or keep going this way?
Let's go out this way and we'll come back through Finding Nemo. Which is really weird. I think we had a very low chance of rain this afternoon. But I'm okay with it. It feels rather nice. How about you guys? Can you smell it? You want to go get the umbrellas?
I mean, if you're fine with me doing that now, that would be I guess.
I'm okay if you want to.
I mean, I just know how Florida rain works. It starts out with like.
By the time you get back here, it's going to stop. Or by the time you get back here, it stopped. I'll leave it up to you. Either way, it's fine with me.
I mean,
what do you want to do?
There's not much happening right now. We're in between, kind of like in the state of point. So I'd rather do it now rather than like wait and have it get bad. Yeah. I'll be right back, folks. Bye.
Owen's a little nervous that it's going to get too wet. We'll let him go grab it before it gets too bad. Pat says, I had a chance to see George Carlin and I didn't have the money and he passed away a year later. Oh. He was a icon in the world of stand-up comedy. Welcome in, Hatbox Ghost. Good to see you again this afternoon. I'm going to give it just a couple minutes. I would not be surprised if it even stops raining after that. Welcome in, Corin. Glad you could join us here. Our little walkabout tour. This is actually kind of nice. We've got a nice little tree here. You can smell the rain. It smells amazing. And we need some rain. All right, guys, give me just a second. I'm actually, because of the rain, sometimes we lose a little bit of connectivity. I'm going to do a quick hard reset. You guys don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just one moment. And good rain this afternoon. Got my camera all foggy. And I'm thinking, you know, this was the day, according to all the weather forecasts. I mean, at one point we had like a 12% chance of rain this afternoon. We're good, right? 12%? Yeah, no problem. 12%. All right, I'm gonna go grab a spot. This is actually a really good spot right here. And if you guys are just joining us, welcome in. Glad you guys could join us today. We are over here at Disney's Art of Animation Resort. We're in the afternoon on any given summer day. We're gonna have ourselves a good little rain come through, and we need it, so I'm not worried about it at all. And it's coming in sideways now. All right, let me turn this back around, and I think I'm gonna go into one of my end caps over here. Welcome in, Surf Bomb. Now, oftentimes what ends up happening, guys, is that when we get into a rain like this, especially when it's nice and cold and it feels so good, for some strange reason, it makes the screen of my camera not function. So, choosing and comments and responding to them is a little more difficult. It's like liquid sunshine. Notice our gondolas are not moving over on the Skyliner. They did shut it down earlier, as they did the quiet pools. I don't know if you guys noticed in the background when we were here. They actually did. They knew the rain was coming, and they went ahead and had everybody leave the pool. Welcome in, Chris. Tiffany, back from the ENT today. Sadie has to have surgery at the beginning of August. Bye-bye tonsils. That's great news. Get rid of those pesky things. You know, as my parents often told me, you can have as much ice cream as you want. The only problem is they didn't tell me after the surgery I didn't want any ice cream, at least not for a bit. Give it a couple more minutes and I think we'll be okay. I'm glad you could join us and have some fun with us today. That's some good rain too. Ice cream. See, nobody offered me pancakes. That might have changed some things. Yes, generally rain is not an issue. They will shut it down for lightning, which is why I think they actually had some in the general area, which is why cast members of the lifeguards did actually ask people to get out of the pool earlier. They don't care about rain, but they do take very seriousness lightning. So the fact that we have the gondolas are shut down shows tells me that we do have lightning at least close to in the close by vicinity. The rain is coming and going, and it's already starting to taper off a bit. And you know, Jolie, we've actually gotten a lot less rain this season than we normally do. Normally we get a rain like this almost every single day during this time of the summer. And this year it's been sporadic and not as common as it normally is. So I don't mind. I love a little rain because we need it. Let's go hide in the coral since no one else is having fun in here. This is the kids' play area here behind the big blue pool. Ooh, no ceiling. I'll get down here low enough. I wonder if Owen can ever find me. Where in the world is Owen's dad hiding? My little dripping wet. That's what the doctor said. That's what the doctor said. I heard it. That's right. When it comes to a nice, cool summer rain like this that only lasts for maybe 20 minutes, in the words of Crush, righteous, righteous, righteous. Hey, we have fun wherever we can. We've got our splash pad here for the little kids. Just adjacent to the big blue pool. And then right up here, we've got the big old turtle. And the little blue. What's up, little blue? Again, this is the Finding Nemo area of the resort. What a great time to get pictures. The pool is empty. And that's very rare, especially on a day like today. The only other time I've seen it like this, and Susan can tell you for a fact, is back this past January. And I know Jen Gardner's probably not in right now. If she were to pop in, she'd tell you it wouldn't be a problem for her and Chase. But this past January, at one time we came out to Art of Animation and it was 48 degrees. 48. That's near blizzard here in Florida. And there were 3 people in the pool. I'm fully certain they were all related. And I'm fully certain they weren't from Florida. It's funny. 3 people in the pool swimming around, having the grandest of times. Every lifeguard on the edge of the pool was covered head to toe in like cold weather gear. It was a funny picture. It really was. Another detail that I love about the Finding Nemo area, other than the fact that we've got our seagulls up here that do every once in a while talk on a schedule. Mine, mine, mine. Notice our landscaping. These plants look a lot like coral, don't they? I think our rain has passed, guys. Not bad. Didn't last too long at all. Oh, there you are. Hey, Owen. Hey, Owen. You got the umbrellas? Woo! Owen got the umbrella. Hey, open that bad boy up. All right. All right, it stopped raining. You can put it away now.
Every time.
Every time.
Fail.
Every time.
You got wet, I got wet and exhausted.
That's what happened to us the other day at Disney Springs, isn't it?
Exactly.
All right, so now, guys, we have made our way back over. This, of course, is Animation Hall. Just inside there is our Landscape of Flavors food court. Let's take you guys on over to the other two areas here at Art of Animation. If you guys are just joining us here, we are live at Walt Disney World at one of the most family-friendly and fun little resorts here. Value resort called Art of Animation. I think first opened up here around the 2012 area. So it's about 10 years old. Seems like it's much longer than that. And we got to meet Susie over in the ink and paint shop, the gift shop here, who was here from the very first day that it opened.
Oh,
It's starting to rain again. You should be happy you have an umbrella now.
Well, I got a rain jacket. I got the umbrella for you.
You got a rain jacket? Oh, you got a rain jacket.
Yeah.
You got my raincoat.
I honestly couldn't find, like, it's either I wore the rain jacket or I had to bring the...
Oh, man, it's wet.
I was running.
And from then on, anywhere in the rain, Owen was running in the rain. It's starting to rain again.
Yeah.
He did. He worked hard. I'm not going to... I joke with him about it. And the reason I joke with him about it is because we did the exact same thing on Sunday, guys. We went to go get umbrellas for the entire group. By the time we got back to the group with all of the umbrellas, it had completely stopped raining. We never used the umbrellas.
This is a completely great resort. Every resort at Disney is always so unique. It's always so different. Oh my goodness, is that another fire pit?
Hey, let's get a fire pit.
Yeah, let's go fire pit.
Woohoo! Yes, most all, if not all, every single resort here at Disney World will have a fire pit where they will have complimentary marshmallows. Here at Campfire at Pride Rock, daily from 6:30 to 7:30. Always check your My Disney Experience or your front desk of your hotel to see where and when they will be serving the complimentary marshmallows. Oftentimes, they will have s'mores kits available, so you can add a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of graham cracker, make yourself a full-on s'more. But anyone can walk up without any cost whatsoever and roast themselves a marshmallow. I wonder if Mufasa likes marshmallows. Welcome to Pride Rock, guys. We're in the middle of the Lion King section, where we've got two buildings for the Lion King. There are less rooms for Lion King than there are for the Cars section, and there is no quiet pool in this section. So something to keep in mind when you're deciding where and you would like to stay when you're here. How you doing? He was taking care of us, guys. He wanted to make sure that the camera stayed dry. He wanted to make sure that our magic crew did not get overly wet. Are we going to let the rain get, worry us? Nope. We don't have any worries here. It's Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata, even on rainy days. We've got Simba, Pumbaa, and Timon ready to greet everybody as they come in to the Lion King section. Again, another great photo opportunity to have with your family. Making a difference. Time for ice cream. Ooh, ice cream.
Ooh.
As we mentioned, guys, all of the family suites areas that are both that are with the Lion King, Cars, and Finding Nemo are interior hallways. Notice you will go inside here. You will have elevators available. Once you get inside, you don't have to worry about rain anymore. They are air conditioned in the hallways, which does make for a nice respite when you come in from the parks or hot days. So if you're going over to Hollywood Studios and it's like really, really hot, if you want to take a break in the middle of the day, jump on the Skyliner, come back over to your hotel, cool off, get back on the Skyliner, go back to the park easily enough. Now it's time to hit the elephant graveyard. This tiny little play area is great for the kids to run around and have some fun. Make sure to keep an eye on them and remember how many kids you have, because I don't know about you guys, but Shinzy's looking kind of hungry. How about you, Ed? You know why they stay up there, Owen?
Oh, why?
Because they're called hyenas.
He's here all night, folks. He's here
Ba-doom
all
doom.
night.
Shh. Don't worry, the jokes don't get any better.
Is it dry right there?
It's dry. It's low, but it's dry.
Huh, there's speakers here.
Ooh.
Are you okay? Do I need to pull you up?
Ha ha. Ooh-da.
Here, let me come out another.
Hey, anybody want ribs for dinner?
Someone say ribs?
Ribs?
Ribs? I heard ribs.
Ribs.
Ooh. Let me go.
Ooh. Oi.
Yeah, and love the how the buildings are colored. I mean, not only see like foliage, but you know, just see some animals if you look close enough.
There are animals hidden in there. You see the foliage of the jungle. I see a hyena. Notice it goes from jungle to elephant graveyard at the end. Now, look at that. That is a picture right there, guys. Get yourself a screenshot. Bam.
That's not perfect.
Look how cute that is. Let me take this off. I mean, if you guys are watching this for the first time, we'd love it if you hit the subscribe button. We're about to hit 10,900 members. But let me take that off so you guys can enjoy just the beauty of this little place here to hang out with. I know, Dancing Katie, there are really cool rooms. Jill says don't break anything. Is that on me or just in general? Just keep your eye on the hyenas. They haven't been fed today. Speaking of not being fed today, this guy just likes to sit up on the rock here, watch people go by. And if you ask him, he'll tell you he's surrounded by idiots. Another great photo op. Scar just sits up there, biding his time. And I can tell you from a first-hand perspective that if you get up there and you jump up on the rock and you ask him to lift you up, yeah, he's not going to help you up.
It would not end well.
No, he's not very helpful.
He would just say no on that.
So guys, if you are just jumping in, we are taking you guys on a full walking tour of Disney's Art of Animation Resort here on property. This is one of our on-property resorts that gets you the benefits and perks of having access to Disney transportation, early access to the parks, and overall just faster, quicker access to all of the things that you can do here on Walt Disney World Resort property. Now, we have shown you guys Cars, Finding Nemo, and The Lion King. The last one here is our Little Mermaid section. It's actually a very popular section. Lots of times we have travel clients who really enjoy and ask for, we're wigging out. I gotta redo this. The rain has got to the gimbal. The rain has got to the gimbal. The rain has got to the gimbal. We'll reset that real quick, see if that makes any difference. Whoop. Let's turn this back on real quick, guys. Uh-oh. There we go. Nope. Oh, no. It says no. Are we going to work again? Come on, Fancy Nancy. You can do it. There we go. Let's see if we don't have any problems. The three other resort areas, or the three other areas here at the resort, all have family suites. These are completely different. Why? Because these were, in fact, originally built, never completed, for the classic or the legendary years of Pop Century. This was, in fact, meant to be the 1940s. Was started to be built, never completed, and the project was not picked back up again until they decided that they were going to just redo the entire thing. It was no longer going to be Pop Century, and they redid the idea and concept to Art of Animation. These buildings were already built, though. Well, so let's keep it what we have. So instead of taking it to the 1940s, let's change the theming to the Little Mermaid. So they do not, in fact, match with any of the other buildings here on Art of Animation property. They are outdoor hallways. They have the smaller size rooms like you would get over at Pop Century. But of course, you've got yourself dingle hoppers. That's a big dingle hopper.
I'm not sure if I want to brush my hair with this.
Go for it. It's kind of messed up. Fix your hair with it.
Does it look better?
No, it looks great. It looks beautiful.
Thank you.
I know, Angela, the big blue pool is an amazing pool. I remember the first time that I heard that, back in the day, they actually had underwater speakers that they would play music, and if you went underwater, you could hear the music being played while swimming underneath. That was pretty cool. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Got opals, pearls, and even a beer stein. Not really sure how this got here from Germany. Again, though, outdoor hallways. And another very important fact I need you guys to be aware of. When you guys contact us and you say, we would like to stay at the Art of Animation, we would like to stay in the Little Mermaid. We like the Little Mermaid theming, and that's where we like to go. That's perfectly something anyone could request. I will let you guys know that the Little Mermaid rooms will be slightly more expensive than any of the rooms over at Pop Century by just a few dollars. But they are basically the same type of kind of room. So don't be surprised as a Travelmation travel agent who wants to take care of his clients that if we have a similar room that's available over at Pop Century that's a few dollars cheaper, I will probably let you guys know about that as well. Because in case the Little Mermaid is not a huge fact as far as choosing your resort, then you may want to consider going at Pop Century and saving a little bit more if that's something of concern for your budget.
I love the fans surrounding there too. Just it looks like water coming out of that.
And and you know how heavy this whole statue thing is, right?
No, how heavy is it?
Oh, it's heavy. You know how heavy?
Oh no.
Yeah, try a ton.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming as soon as I got to that middle part.
Jennifer says, I so want to stay at the value resorts to just roam around. Well, guess what, Jennifer? We're going to be going over to the All-Stars later on this summer. Every Tuesday, guys, if this is the first time you've ever joined us here at Ear to Ear Magic, we have dedicated this entire summer to having a different walking tour every Tuesday afternoon. Would love to have you guys join us, and eventually we will be making our way over to All-Star Sports, All-Star Music, and All-Star Movies. And more than likely, if Owen is up to it, are you up to the challenge?
Audrey.
Let's do all three in one afternoon. What do you think?
I feel like that'd be possible, but we would have to start early.
I think we can do it.
Because isn't
What if we promise you that we'll let you have a treat at the end?
I don't care about a true or not. It's honestly the fact that
Don't lie. Don't lie. We're very honest here, and we're very transparent. There's no point in lying.
it's not the buildings.
Don't tell people you don't care about the treats.
It's not the buildings that worry me. It's the fact that we have to go through 3 separate lobbies, gift shops,
Ooh.
and food courts.
So I'm going to. We seem to have an issue with Fancy Nancy. I think she got a little waterlogged. I'm going to set it down for just a second. I'm going to do a recalibration, and I'm going to give you guys a chance to have Owen hold the stream for just a second.
Okay.
Owen is now in charge of what we're doing. Just be careful with the camera.
Definitely. Don't want that dropping.
Don't walk out too much, Owen. I need it back in like 10 seconds. Just tell everybody everything you need to know in the first 10 seconds. Everything you know about Little Mermaid rooms.
Outside hallways, basically Pop Century resort rooms, but a little more expensive. It's Little Mermaid themed, obviously. It was built before everything else in the resort, so that's why it's like that.
And it's set
It has its own pool, it has its own quiet pool.
It's set dormant for the longest time too.
Yeah, I think for like somewhere near 10 years.
All right, let's recalibrate just to make sure we got everything here. Guys, sorry about that. Hang on one moment. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to put you guys on pause for just a moment so we can recalibrate. Poor Fancy Nancy. She's so worn out. She's tired. That's the name of our gimbal here. Welcome in, Claire. Good to have you in with us today. Hello, Debbie. We do. We need a new Brenda, guys. Our plastic tripod. I fell down the stairs at Guardians of the Galaxy last week, and I broke Brenda.
Do all the gimbals have names?
They did till they died. Oh, see, what is going on? Oh, this is not good, guys. Nancy says, I'm not playing. I'm tired. I'm not. She's balanced. She's calibrated. I'm not sure what's going on. Well, I hate that. We may have a little bit harder time this afternoon then. But here is our Little Mermaid. Ariel's looking beautiful today. You know how you get her hair to be so shiny? She takes lots of vitamin C.
Just keep going, don't they?
Hey. All right, come on, Fancy Nancy. We're going to give you one more time. She's fully charged. I think she's just either overheated or she might have gotten wet.
I love the fish statues in the throughout.
Yes, they've got little fish all over the place, both 2D and 3D. And again, we've got our quiet pool, which is extremely quiet right now because of the fact that it is closed until they have cleared the area of all lightning. We call it Disney immersive theming water. See, Mike, what we call it here in our immediate family is we call it crowd thinner because it tends to thin the crowds.
If you want to like hop on the ride,
That's when the lines get short.
yep. Right there's your time.
Everybody goes back to the resorts. So Grace, yes, I did. I fell last Wednesday. It was a week ago. I somehow, I don't know, I was having so much fun off the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think in my brain I was watching, chatting with you guys, wasn't paying attention. Thought I'd cleared the last step of the steps, did not. And my next step, I folded into the ground. It's quite graceful considering the fact I did not get hurt. I did hurt my pinky, but I mean that's a pinky. But I realized when I got back to the car that I had snapped the tripod and my backpack had snapped in two. So we are we're going to be searching for a new tripod here sometime next week when we get our next amounts of payment here and there. Now, before we go back out, let's go take a look at Ursula, and then we'll do one more walk around toward the outer part of the buildings. Again, our skies are cleared up and it's quite nice now.
You can see the two eels in the background.
Yes. Ursula has a deal for you. Mm. If you line it up just right, you can catch them with a photo with them in the background. Now, today, we are not going to be going to Pop Century. We did Pop Century as our walk around tour about a month ago. But we may actually walk you guys out to show you how close it is to get to the Skyliner. And of course, you can't have a party without the original party crab, Sebastian. Right.
So many characters in each of the areas.
Now, the way this is set up, it's very intentional as where the characters are laid out. You've got Triton here. You got Sebastian here. You've got Ursula here. And then when you turn around, you've got Ariel is completely all the way across the pool. So they create a sort of a crosshatch. And what a shot there, guys. How cool is that?
That's amazing fun.
John, we have, it is a great opportunity to do so. Susan will tell you that prior to us moving to Orlando, we did have to do about 2.5 years of planning and working to make that move, to make that transition. It was not something that was easy to do, but we loved doing it, and we're glad that we did. Despite the fact that it has been a fight, tooth and nail, since then, to continue to be able to stay here, it has been our dream, and we're going to fight for it. And thank you guys for making that dream still possible each and every time we come to the parks. Because without you guys, and without the support of everybody in the Magic Crew, we cannot and would not be able to do what we do. So thank you to everybody on our channel, those who follow us on Instagram, those who are part of our Facebook and TikTok group. And every time you guys like, share, comment on any of our social media, you help us continue to fight for it and achieve our dream every time we come to the park. So thank you guys so much for that.
We really appreciate it.
So I'm going to show you over here. We can see across the water. There is our gondolas for the Skyliner. Still not functioning just yet, so we've not cleared all the area as far as safety. So we're going to still wait to see if they open back up here. And if you guys are joining us for the very first time here at Ear to Ear Magic, we would love it if you would consider joining our Magic Crew just by subscribing to our channel, simply by hitting the subscribe button. Doesn't cost a thing. We don't expect you to ever donate or tip to the channel. Just come in and have a good time. But when you guys do and would like to, we are grateful for all the donations and for the support that you guys can do when you can. So thank you guys so much. Hit the subscribe button, though, and make sure to let us know. The crew we have here, almost 10,900 in the group, are very friendly, love having new people join, and would love to welcome you in. So if you did hit the subscribe button today, feel free to jump in, let us know so that we can welcome you. Fancy Nancy's like, no, I refuse. I will not work. I wanted to show you one other thing here. Now, you can see, of course, Pop Century's across the way. We've got the gondolas here for the not moving Skyliner system right here in the foreground. closest to us is a boat. It is a 2-story pontoon boat with a Mercury motor on the back end. That boat right there, I've never seen that boat in action. I've never seen that boat move.
It's made specifically to help Skyliners if there's ever a situation where we need to evacuate people, but it's never been used.
Well, I don't know if they've ever used it. I've never seen or heard of them use it.
That is true.
That boat is specifically there in case of needs of emergency evacuation for the Skyliner. You see how low the gondolas are over the water. They are not very high over the water at all. But of course, if you do, in an emergency situation, need to get off, they can take this boat pontoon, take you on out, hover right there by the edge, and you can just climb right on out to that 2nd story and then take the stairs down to the 1st floor and get off the gondolas. So in the stream earlier today at Magic Kingdom, we were talking about the idea of have we ever been evacuated off any rides? And we as a family have not, even though we've almost been evacuated several times.
Several times.
We've never actually been evacuated.
Most people say, oh boy, I wish this would happen, but it also allows you to, like, as you're walking out, maybe see parts of the ride.
Oh yeah, it's kind of a something different. It's a behind the scenes kind of tour. It's like an automatic free behind the scenes tour.
I feel like the most times that has happened,
Yeah.
but it, like, the ride has, like, stopped for a minute, but it never got to the point where we never had to get off with the Splash Mountain. Like, there's multiple times when we were riding that ride, and then suddenly, like, all the background lights turn on, and the music turns off for a second, but then it just keeps going back on. Keeps going away.
Wanted to give you guys another look of our boat here, because oftentimes we do get asked, well, what happens? I'm scared to get on the Skyliner. What if it stops? How do we get off? Well, if you're over here on the water, they do have a backup plan. There's emergency situations in which they can evacuate anybody that they need to. And like I said, I've never seen that boat in action, but it would be interesting. I'm scared of heights. I don't know how I'd feel about it, but it would be an adventure, you know?
It would be something new.
Most definitely an adventure.
Of the experience. As you see, just like when we were walking around the cars area, that there's also sketches on this side.
Yes, just as Owen was pointing out, all of the outdoor buildings on the back side have the black and white outlines of the characters. And then when you get to the stairwells, think of the stairwells that you have over Pop Century that have the decades icons. Here they have a notebook, a sketchbook of a fully sketched out character that has been fully inked. Aww, he made me ink.
I mean, I guess that does. I mean, we're like in between like this.
Owen's continuing to talk. He doesn't know we haven't walked with him.
That's okay.
He's just walking. He's walking completely off. Oh, there he is. He Asante san, squash banana, we wenuga mimi apana.
That's pretty much 24/7 in my head, pretty much.
That song? Asante san, squash. You know what it means?
That's not great.
It means thank you very much, squash banana. You're a baboon and I'm not. You know Rafiki is not a baboon, right?
Really?
No, he's not a baboon. He's a mandrill. So that's what he says. Thank you very much, squash banana. You're a baboon and I am not. Again, we're coming back over to the middle area, the Finding Nemo family suite buildings. Thank you, Tiffany, for popping in. With the sun coming back out, my screen has decided to go a little darker, so trying to play catch up in chat. Love that you guys could join us here on our walking tour. I hope that you guys have enjoyed seeing maybe some areas that you've never seen before. We're going to take a quick walk over to show you guys how close it is to get over to the Skyliner.
This is another thing I'd like to point out, if you haven't already, is that this right here. This is one of the few resorts here on Disney property that are pet economical.
So there are 4 of them.
Yes.
Did you know? There are 4 resorts here on Walt Disney World property that will allow you to bring your fur babies with you. And Owen, I'm going to put you on the spot. Would you like to guess what the other three are besides Art of Animation?
I think it's contemporary.
Not contemporary.
Not contemporary.
Not contemporary.
Polynesian and
Not Polynesian. Is it Polynesian? I don't think it was Polynesian. I don't think so. Maybe. How about the yacht club?
Oh.
The
Well, I mean,
yacht
those
club
make
does
sense.
allow you to bring pets. Of course, Art of Animation and French Quarter. Not French Quarter, but Riverside. And now I'm blanking on the fourth one. And ask me again when I'm not thinking about it. I'll tell you exactly what the four they are. But if you guys do have let's put it this way, it needs to be a dog that is well accommodating with guests, so to speak. Can be left alone for a long period of time without barking and causing issues. You can actually have them stay with you in one of those four resorts. So if that's something of interest to you guys, let us know when you ask for a quote, and we'll be glad to make sure we find something that would work or accommodate you or help you to find a place for your pet to stay, like Pest Friends, that is on Disney World property as far as accommodating the kennels as well. All right, so I'm going to take you guys real quick to the Disney Skyliner. You guys should be familiar with it, but we may have some guests here who've never been on property. I want to make sure that they know exactly what is available. If you're staying at the Art of Animation or our sister resort right across the way, then you have easy access to the only floating Disney Skyliner station on property. It is floating over the water. It is the end of a line. It does take you to the Caribbean Beach hub and does not go anywhere else for this one particular line. At the Caribbean Beach, you can then get off of one of two other lines that will either take you to Epcot, which has a jumping off point of Riviera, or over to Disney's Hollywood Studios.
So, just because you're here, your resort has a Skyliner, it means that you don't necessarily have to drive. You could just take the Skyliner to either Hollywood Studios or Epcot if you feel like.
Yep, and then if you need to go to Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom, just jump on a bus.
Yep.
All right. Trivia time. I'm going to put Owen on the spot. Are you guys ready? He's been doing so well today. I mean, let's give it up for Owen. He's been answering some great questions. Owen, we are now in the middle of Hourglass Lake, in between Art of Animation and Pop Century. We've got a bridge here. Do you happen to know the name of this bridge?
Generation Gap Bridge.
Dude, that is awesome. Give it up, dude. But here's the thing is, that's not the official name. But it is the name. It originally was supposed to be the 1900s to the 1940s, first part of Pop Century. Over here, of course, to the 50s, all the way through the 90s. And this was supposed to be the bridge that gapped the generational gap. So it was supposed to be called the Generation Gap Bridge. Of course, they dropped the name when Pop Century no longer was extending over and became Art of Animation. To this day, there is no official name for this bridge as of now. Look what just started back up.
Yeah, the Skyliner just started moving again.
You did a good job, Teresa. That's awesome, dude. I'm gonna have him a Disney expert in no time. So, Chris, the ride over to Caribbean Beach is actually very short. It's less than 5 minutes. It's also, again, less than 5 minutes from Caribbean Beach to Hollywood Studios, and just about 5 minutes or more, depending on how many stops you may have to take to get from Caribbean Beach all the way to the International Gateway at the backside of Epcot. So, if everything's going and you don't have a long wait, you could be there in about 10 minutes or so.
Those are great for resort hopping.
All right, so let me ask this question before we close out for today. Would you guys like us to take a ride on the Skyliner since it's operational? Shall we go for a ride? Come on, Owen, let's jump in line. We'll take you guys over to Caribbean Beach Hub. and come back.
Are you so glad I ran for 15 minutes?
I'm so glad you ran in the rain to get that umbrella, dude.
5 minutes.
Dude, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for getting me that umbrella. I appreciate it.
I mean,
you do realize that I appreciate more the thought and concern and the effort than I'd do anything else.
I honestly worried more about the stream than myself. I go walk through rain. I've walked through, like, you've been with me when we've been like in Magic Kingdom walking through the parking lot.
Oh, just like, drenched.
Good 20 minutes.
Do you remember the time we were at a what was it, a DVC Moonlight Magic Party, and we were riding on the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and it opened up and started pouring down rain?
I do not remember.
I don't remember ever being any more wet than I was on that ride.
Not only that, I probably the part you got the most. But I don't remember this, but I imagine I was screaming at the part where before you load back in, we're just stuck there before we go back inside.
We were. We had to stand outside and hang out there. So
before we can load. Before
we could load back in or unload.
Yeah.
All right, let me grab Floaty here. Floaty! I need Floaty. Hold Floaty for me for a second. You know why we call him Floaty, right?
It's going to be enough fun.
Yeah, because he's an anchor.
It's nothing. That's not a bad name, though. I like that.
Boop.
There you go.
Hey, Mike K. I didn't get a chance to say hello to you today. How are you doing? Oh, no. It says we are too wet to... Oh, we're too wet to charge.
Bang on.
Oh. Yeah, we may be in trouble.
Well, if there's anything I can shut it up, it's the Skyliner. I mean,
yeah, we're too wet to charge. It says we stayed out in the rain, and now we have to pay the price. We have to pay the piper.
Pay the rain piper. Pay the rain piper.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble with both Floaty and Fancy Nancy today. All right, they're not loading anybody in just yet, so I'm not sure how much longer it's going to be before we can actually get on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, because of the fact that we are wet and it is not allowing me to do an additional charge, it's telling me that the charging outlet is compromised, that when we do get to the point where we are down to 0%, that will be the end of our stream today. So we will just get you guys prepared for the fact that might happen.
Perfectly cut stream.
Susan says we're only 36 likes away from 350. We have 325 people watching at the moment. If any of you guys have not hit that like button today, if you could help us get a little closer to 350, that would be awesome.
That'd be incredible.
Welcome in, Mr. Cruise Fever.
I'm guessing they're trying to just get everyone on load before loading anyone back on.
It's good to hear, Mike. Be prepared. We've got our Linus forming. We haven't yet seen a gondola prepared to take on a guest just yet.
I mean, they don't usually, like, since the storm is coming, they won't load people on. So it could be a fact that they're waiting for it all clear.
Yeah, we're still waiting for that. Once they start, well, they're loading on the one guy, so we must be loading overall.
Oh yeah, there we go. We're moving.
Yeah, we're loading.
Yeah, like normally, the sign, if it's not slowed down, there's no line.
And if you guys are watching us for the very first time today, we're so glad that you found our channel, whether it be for the fact that a friend suggested it, or maybe even YouTube themselves suggested that you check our channel out, welcome in. And if you had a great time on today's stream, we're going to be streaming tomorrow from Disney's Hollywood Studios. We'd love for you guys to jump and have some fun with us tomorrow morning. So go to a completely different park for a little bit more fun. That stream is already up on our channel as well. We're going to be starting off first thing in the morning. And if you'd like to join us, find the stream already up on our channel for tomorrow. Give it a like there too. You can even hit the button for a reminder such that when we start up tomorrow morning, if we can try out in time, it will get a reminder from YouTube to jump in and have some fun with us. And while we're waiting to get on today, I'd like to do also a very special shout out to all of our patrons over on Patreon. This is a full list of all of our patrons who have committed to take care of and donate to our channel on a monthly basis so that we can continue to take care of operating costs and make sure things can continue to go on every single Monday through Friday. So to every single person whose name is on this list, thank you guys for making it possible for us to do what we do here at Ear to Ear Magic. If you've been on with us for a while, love our streams, and would like to get to know even the names of the people, not the names, but the people that are on this list a little bit better, consider jumping in. We've got 5 different tiers to choose from, and we'd love to have you added to this list as well. Thank you guys so much for being patrons. Looks like we're gonna get Pete. Thank you. We're gonna get on with Peg Leg Pete. Woo, I'm a little wet, guys.
This is like I was saying before. Like, if there's anything that's gonna try like us or the gimbal off, it's this because there's airflow. Airflow through the fence is really big. Once the
airflow through there is gonna be great.
It's gonna be happening.
Hello, Bounty Hunter. We're gonna hit the skies, and who knows? Maybe we'll get stopped on the track and have to be evacuated by a boat. How cool would that be for a live stream? They'd make us turn the thing off. That wouldn't be any fun.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Pop Century Resort and Disney's Art of Animation Resort. We are on our way to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort with connecting flights to Disney
feels nice in here now.
Studios and Epcot International Gateway.
Jack, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button today and for joining us here in the Magic Crew.
Please sit back, relax.
You and everyone else who's hit the subscribe button today have gotten us so close. We are only 7 members away from hitting 10,900 on today's stream. So thank you guys for jumping in and being a part of our group. Everybody, welcome in Jack. I'm glad to have you today.
Hello, Jack.
Jack Kirkland, welcome to the Magic Crew. And if you hit the subscribe button and your name didn't automatically pop up, it may not have been captured, especially if you have a private channel. So jump into the chat, let us know you hit the subscribe button, and let us welcome you in as well. Tsukino, thank you so much for popping in. I hope that we put a little smile on your face from ear to ear, and I hope the rest of your work day goes well. We'll see you on the next stream. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, it should pop up any second now.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Can you imagine if your dreams were like that in the middle of the night? You're just dreaming about
That's
In just a few moments, we will be arriving at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. All passengers must disembark or transfer at this station. We hope you enjoyed your journey, and thank you for flying the Disney Skyliner.
We're flying the Disney Skyliner, everybody.
I was about to say that before that happened. Like, that's basically just like you're dreaming and just the alarm clock goes off.
So here's the thing. Somebody was asking earlier how long it took you to get from the next place over. We just got on this thing, and we're already getting ready to disembark. So it does not take very long to get over to the hub. And we're going to turn right back around and go right back to where we were before. We are going over to Caribbean Beach. That is a resort we have not done on our summer Tuesday tour just yet. Owen was very instrumental in choosing this week's Art of Animation. So
I chose this mainly because we did pop before.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open.
Why?
When exiting the cabin, please supervise your
Mike's text message is the Skyliner sound.
Thank you for flying.
It's actually very nice. There's no way you're missing.
So here's the deal. If you guys have a certain resort that you would like us to do next Tuesday, this is the guy to influence. He's going to have a big say into what we do next week.
The main reason I wanted to do animation is we already did pop, so now we have both resorts on each side of our reservation. That whole entire area
Thank you.
has been reviewed and cleared off for you guys. So we're not doing all these other areas over here, and like you're asking, okay, what about this other resort on the other side of our we already did. Good.
Antonio wants to know how he got so wet. It's because I was standing out in the rain for like 10 minutes.
I think I did, but I came back with the umbrellas and the raincoat, and I
And it
pulled
stopped
up
raining.
your stream on YouTube, and I think I actually like somehow walked past you at one point.
You know, we have a phrase in our family growing up that's, you're not smart enough to get out of the rain. You got to love the boy, bless his heart, not smart enough to get out of the rain. He did do a good job, Michelle. We're going to make him a resort tour guide in no time. Just do. It'll be hilarious if we got him Pete again. 267. No character on it, which means you're going to be able to see a lot better as we get in.
Yeah, you either get nice character or nice view. What is it?
Uncle Arberg says, I stayed at Caribbean Beach Resort last month. How was your stay? What was the best thing you did? And what did you like most about staying at Caribbean Beach?
There's a lot of good places to eat. That's the in-between of a moderate and deluxe, right?
It is a moderate.
It is a moderate.
It's a moderate resort. Yes, it is.
That's odd because it has two restaurants. It has the main food court. And it has
Well, that's true. It has the Cabana Lounge. It also has the Sebastian's Bistro. It's unusual, but it is a moderate, which is a big thing. If you have a moderate resort or a deluxe resort, you're going to have a sit-down restaurant. That's the one thing you're not going to get if you have a value resort. Value resorts do not have reservation table service restaurants.
Now get ready to travel back in time and enter the animated worlds of Disney.
It's not bad at all, Antonio. It's actually a fun little ride.
And Disney's Art of Animation Resort.
We're heading back to Art of Animation to finish up our stream for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and enjoying the rain, seeing all the opportunities for photos and the opportunities you can have as far as staying and utilizing both the family suites or the Little Mermaid rooms when it comes to staying at Art of Animation. As always, if you guys would like some help when it comes to future travel, whether it's Disney, Universal, or anything else, matter of fact, reach out to us. Send us an email over at chrisedwards@travelmation.net. You can copy Susan Edwards at travelmation.net. And if you would like some unbiased opinions about which resorts Owen would like, feel free to ask us an email. We'll let you know. We'll ask him and see if we can put that information in there too.
Disney's Art of Animation Resort. A larger-than-life resort that celebrates the creative magic
larger
that
than
goes
life?
into crafting Disney animated films, from sketches to reality.
One
On
more
your left is Disney's Pop Century Resort,
view of our
a
Art of
wonderful
Animation
resort
today.
that celebrates the way we lived, played, and communicated with each other throughout the 20th century.
Resort days are always a good idea if you can do it.
Resort hopping is awesome. So much to see, so much to eat.
Jill says we reached 350 likes, guys. Thank you guys so much for hitting that like button today.
Sparkling waters of Hourglass Lake. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the most magical flight on Earth.
We appreciate that. Why does it make so much of a difference as to how many likes we get? It's because the more likes we get, the more it is that YouTube will share our stream out and find us new people to join our community. It's the best way to reach out and find some new friends. So thank you guys for caring enough to continually grow our community.
Passengers can disembark here for Disney's Pop Century Resort and for Disney's Art of Animation Resort.
Look at that mirror effect.
Thank you for flying the Disney Skyliner.
Right there.
Bon voyage! Please remain seated.
Punky 3240, thank you so much for hitting that button today. Welcome into the Magic Crew.
Collect your belongings and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us.
Make sure to take small Owens by the hand. EJ Elite, welcome in. Thank you for subscribing. Go ahead, bud. Shoo. Take small children by the hand. Send them to the parking lot to get an umbrella before it stops raining. Yes, well, that's really the great thing about any of the Disney on-site properties. I think that's one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for?
Overlooked.
It's not so much overlooked, but I think it's sad that I think a lot of people, and I used to be this way as well, are under the impression that if you're staying at All-Star Music or Caribbean Beach or even Polynesian, that the only hotel you can go to is your hotel. That somehow there's somebody standing in the lobbies and you walk in and it's not your hotel. The alarms will go off, and they just jump you in the lobby and they throw you in the back of a pickup truck and take you back to your hotel. No, have the freedom to go to any of the Disney resorts. Now, mind you, you can't use the amenities at all the resorts unless you're staying there.
Yes.
The restaurants, the lounges, the shopping, and just the overall feel open to anyone who wants to experience it. So, especially during the holidays, and we'll do this again in the upcoming holidays coming in November and December, guys, on our channel. We're going to take you to every single Disney resort again, starting in November, to show you exactly how they're decorated. Sail away, sail away. So we can show you all of the Christmas decorations again. So thank you guys for joining. We're going to be our channel, because we're going to take you guys everywhere and to see what more we can experience this upcoming fall and season. This Orinoco Flow, dude. This song puts me to sleep. It's so.
You just got like 8.
I just came down like 3 notches.
You just got you just went back in time.
Yes, well, it's very much
All the memories came from
all the high school memories. Back in high school, when Orinoco Flow came out, we used to have all of the grades, all the way from kindergarten to college, all met in one room in the middle of the downtown area. All 12 students got together and we used stone tablets to etch out our homework. And
Okay, I was listening up until the
no, Orinoco Flow.
I thought you were about to say, okay.
Orinoco Flow came out when I was back.
And we're all gonna take a nap in the auditorium.
It's great. Look, the storm has passed, and the guests are back out into the big blue pool.
Everything's went full circle. We went full circle. The environment went full circle.
The gondolas went full circle. Owen went to get the umbrellas and come back with the umbrellas in a full circle. Fillmore, full circle. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Well, if you guys are watching this, not live, as many people are, and you're watching this in replay, and by the way, all of our live streams are uploaded to our channel and can be watched at any time later. So if there's something that you missed, somehow you didn't get to watch a resort during our summer tour, would like to go back and catch it later. If there's a question that you have that you would like to ask us, you can either email us or you can even comment on any of those live streams. We do have a system where we go back and make sure we capture every comment and every question. And if you'd like to ask a question about this, especially if you're watching it after the replay, let us know in the comments. We'd love to come back and answer your questions about Disney's Art of Animation or anything else we can help you out when it comes to staying on a Disney property hotel. All right, let's go in. Brandon, good question. Which resort for a family of 6 on a tight budget? Now, when it comes to a family of 6, you're oftentimes going to either be reduced to either one of two things, Brandon. You're either going to have to get 2 rooms and try to get adjoining rooms, or get a larger suite. And what we would say is that let's price it out, and depending on what we can do as far as availability, and that's exactly what we would do, is we'd say, all right, well, if you stay at this resort, this is how much it would cost per room for everybody to stay together. And another resort, we might say, you know what, it's a little cheaper for these rooms, but they only hold 4. So let's get 2 rooms and see if we can get them combined and see if it's a cheaper price. It really comes down to not only so much the budget, but what your family dynamic is. We have a family of 5, and when the children were much smaller, it was very important that we not only had a room that would fit 5, but would really fit the way that our kids felt comfortable sleeping in as far as arrangements. If you've got much smaller kids, you might have some more options. So if that's something you'd like to really fully explore, let us know. We'd be glad to go over into further detail.
That's a great question.
And no, it's perfect because, like I said, we had a family of 5, and sometimes it can be a little bit of a challenge. So
We knew what it was like. We had difficulty with that.
we've been there. We totally have been there.
You gotta understand completely.
Woo, I hear some more clouds and thunders and everything else coming over that direction.
I don't trust clouds, and clouds don't trust me.
Owen does not like the clouds.
I don't like clouds.
He doesn't even like iCloud. He doesn't.
Upload nothing.
He uploads nothing. No backup for you.
Breaks, it's all I need.
No backup for you. All right, so guys, as a wrap up here, we've got our value resorts. We've got Cars, which are family suites. Nemo, the Little Lion King, also family suites. Or the smaller rooms for the Little Mermaid, all available here at Disney's Art of Animation Resort. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. It has been a ton of fun. Despite the rain, we still smile and we still look for the positive outlook of what we can do when it comes to how we vacation and how we spend time with you guys. So thank you guys for the opportunity to take you around Disney's Art of Animation Resort today. We are going to head on out. Tomorrow, we're going to be back at Hollywood Studios. Would love for you guys to join us. When this stream concludes just now, it will automatically take you to tomorrow's scheduled stream. You can go ahead and give it a like. Hit the reminder button. Come have some fun with us tomorrow over in Galaxy's Edge, over in Toy Story Land, and what else, other things we may find tomorrow as we explore the park. So, as always, guys, have a good afternoon. Thank you for sharing your good times and your bad times, but thank you for just sharing your time no matter what. So, you guys have an amazing afternoon, and tomorrow over at Hollywood Studios, we can't wait to see you guys in the parks. Everybody, have a good afternoon. We'll see you next time.